University of Texas athletes are calling for a new alma mater by August. It's one of several proposed campus reforms laid out in a letter on social media today. This comes after weeks of protests nationwide and in Austin against racism and police brutality. KXAN investigator Kevin Clark spoke with a former Longhorn and now NFL player who says talk is cheap and he wants action.
The Eyes of Texas is a song Houston Texans defensive end Charles Omenihu wouldn't sing when he played at UT.
My sophomore year through my senior year, I knew the meaning of the song and I never sung it after a game.
The University of Texas is facing some tough decisions after several players demanded the school make some changes. The players asked for a few things that seem pretty reasonable, like removing the statue of a former governor who enacted Jim Crow laws in the Lone Star State, or removing the name of a building that was honoring a former professor who refused to teach black students. But the one thing that's really pissing people off? The players no longer want to be forced to sing the school's fight song, The Eyes of Texas. The phrase was first used by UT's third president. He actually got it from Robert E. Lee, who used to say the eyes of the South are upon you. The song was written by a student who borrowed elements from the Levee song, which had lyrics like, "Nigga ain't half so happy as when he's out of jail," and Charleston fo its rice and corn, but fo niggas, New Orleans. Yes, the original song was also traditionally performed in blackface. The Levee song was the basis for The Eyes of Texas and I've Been Working on the Railroad. And it's hard to find an exact date for I've Been Working on the Railroad, but everything I have found says is that the first time it was recorded was in 1927. Now, The Eyes of Texas was written back in 1903. So let's try to put it in modern terms. The Eyes of Texas is almost like a Weird Al Yankovic version of the original song. Michael Jackson does this.
Eyes, their words are really clear, so beat it, just beat it.
And Weird Al does this.
Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan, so eat it, just eat it.
And if the song origins itself aren't bad enough, consider where the original phrase comes from. Robert E. Lee was a notorious slave owner, Confederate general, and as president of the university where UT's president first heard the phrase, he didn't punish students for crimes like kidnapping black schoolgirls and raping them. I can definitely see why the players would be uncomfortable singing it. Imagine if you're mine the original performance of the song. A bunch of white students with blackface on singing what they called a Negro dialect saying these words. The eyes of Texas are upon you, all the livelong day. The eyes of Texas are upon you, you can't get away. Do not think you can escape them at night or early in the morn. The eyes of Texas are upon you until Gabriel blows his horn. I get people at UT really love the song, and trust me, I've been to lots of UT games and I've heard the song sung and I've put up my hook'em horns too. I'm a huge UT fan, but you know, a lot of these players feel that the song's like a slave song. I mean, they're not asking it to be thrown out, they're not asking it to be completely removed from the university. They just don't want to have to sing it after every game. The last player who refused to sing the song was essentially ran out of town. We should at least consider the thoughts and feelings of the student athletes who put their health on the line playing a game for the university without getting a ton of money, and many other student organizations who have expressed similar concerns. I mean, how can we cheer their actions on the field yet dismiss their views off of it? To quote UT coach Tom Herman, you can't have it both ways. Hey, thanks for watching Citizen Pete. Don't forget to subscribe.